Thank you guys for coming. Today we're going to be talking about sugar. And you guys are probably wondering what I got next to me. This is sugar cane. And we're actually going to be trying it today. For anybody that wants to try it, we're going to cut it up and we're going to tell you a little bit about it and some verses in the Bible that talk about it too. Alright, so on average, Americans consume 15 teaspoons of sugar per day. This is equivalent to 240 calories a day and more than the recommended 100 calories. Sugar is in everything from bread, cereal, sauces, and pickles. Most of the sugars are hidden in processed foods. According to the British Journal of Sports Medicine, it was found that sugar has a similar effect on the brain as cocaine. It's more addictive than alcohol, nicotine, and heroin combined. So you guys know sugar is very addictive. So that's the reason for your sweet tooth. And some of the things, if you quit sugar in 1 month, after 10 days, your face and belly will slim down. You'll have less bloating, puffiness, and water retention. Your liver detox kicks in. Your pathways unclog. Your sleep improves. It balances your blood sugar and supports melatonin. Your cravings fade. Your taste buds actually reset. And junk food desires stop.
Do you want me to take that? Or
Sure.
pass it around first?
You can go ahead and take this, and we're going to be talking about it in a second. In 30 days, when you stop eating sugar, you're going to see noticeable weight loss, fewer empty calories daily, so that's why you lose the weight. You're going to have less liver fat because your body burns the stored fat. You're going to have clearer skin. That's probably one of the first things I notice when I don't eat sugar is my skin. It's like shiny, it's like glowing. So that's definitely something that happens. And that happens, I think, before 30 days. It says 30 days, but that happens before. But you will have less acne and inflammation in your body. You get better mood and fewer cravings. It breaks that sugar addiction cycle, so you're going to be less irritable. You have more energy. Your blood sugar is more steady, and you don't have those crashes. So you also have stronger immunity, and it reduces chronic inflammation. All right, so we're going to be talking about sugar cane right now. It's a tall tropical grass known for its juicy stalks, widely grown for making sugar and refreshing juice. Sweet cane referred to it in the Bible in the Old Testament in verses like Isaiah 43:24, Jeremiah 6:20, and Ezekiel 27:19. It refers to it as a fragrant, sweet-smelling reed or grass. It's represented something valuable God desired but people failed to bring. While honey was a primary sweetener, this sweet cane was a costly imported spice, symbolizing true devotion. Isaiah 6:20, it says, Isaiah 43:24 says, "You have not bought me sweet cane with money, or satisfied me with the fat of your sacrifice." Jeremiah 6:20 says, What use to me is frankincense from Sheba, or sweet cane from a distant land? Ezekiel 27:19, it mentions it as a traded commodity. So sweet cane was used for trade back in the day mostly, or they used it in perfumes and oils and as like a fragrance almost. It was known as a delicacy back then and should be used just as that today. Sugar is one of the top addictive food additives today, and too much of any food is not good for you. It could be considered gluttony, which is overindulgence or overconsumption to the point of extravagance or waste. That is one of the 7 deadly sins. Sugar cane can be healthy in moderation though. It offers trace minerals and antioxidants not found in refined sugar, but its natural sugar content means it still poses a risk if it's overconsumed. Sugar cane is not like modern sugar we know today, which is processed. This is a plant in its natural or slightly processed form, valued for its inherent sweetness and fragrance. What it is, it's chewed. So when we're going to try the sugar cane, you don't swallow it because it's like a fiber, you chew it and then suck the juice out of it. It's rich in natural sugars like sucrose, glucose, and fructose, and electrolytes like potassium, which provide a quick energy boost and aid in rehydration. So it's like a good post-workout. After you work out, you could just chew some sugar cane. It makes a good drink. The nutrient content, unlike refined sugar, fresh sugar cane contains small amounts of vitamins B complex and C, and minerals calcium, magnesium, iron, and phosphorus. Antioxidants, it contains flavonoids and, I can't say this word very well, polyphenols, can you help me with that? I'm not sure, polyphenols, maybe?
Polyphenols.
Okay, polyphenols that act as antioxidants, helping to combat free radicals and reduce oxidative stress and inflammation in the body. I just have a short bit more on it. Digestion and detoxification. The potassium content helps balance stomach pH levels and the natural diuretic properties and aid in flushing out toxins, supporting liver and kidney function. Chewing raw cane also provides fiber, which helps with digestion and satiety. In skin and bone health, the minerals present support strong bones and teeth, and alpha hydroxy acids. AHAs like glycolic acid may benefit skin health by reducing acne and signs of aging. So when you buy sugar, you're going to want the sugar, like the non-processed refined sugar, not the white sugar, but it does look different. I'm going to get, actually, I brought some to show you guys. I'm going to pass the mic to her and I'm going to go get that.
While she's doing that for a minute, I'm going to talk a little bit about when you eat refined sugar, what it does to the vitamins in your body. It impedes the absorption of vitamin B, C, D, and E. It also impedes the absorption of magnesium, potassium, sodium, chromium, and selenium. Refined sugar, it lacks the nutrients your body, it lacks nutrients, so the nutrients that your body has stored, it starts to use up those nutrients in order to process the sugar in your body. So when you're eating refined sugar, it takes away nutrients. And it contributes to insulin resistance, inflammation, and chronic disease. It also contributes to food allergies because sugars react with the proteins and the fats in processed foods, and they form AGEs, which cause inflammation and stress the immune system. So I also wanted to share a little bit, because I have a testimony that goes along with this too. And this is a little bit of my why I do this. I used to eat complete junk food, fast food every day, multiple times a day, soda, sugar, everything. And at one point I got so sick that I was considered disabled and I couldn't walk. I was on a cane and a walker, and I had to have, other people taking care of me. So I wanted to show, what God can do when you change your mindset regarding this stuff is, today I'm able to walk up here. I no longer have to use this. But I learned that, the way I was eating and stuff really depleted my body of nutrients. And it caused me to be diagnosed with a whole list of different chronic diseases, from autoimmune to fibromyalgia to food allergies. Some of them, God just miraculously healed, and some of it has been healed through changing, the way I live my life and the food that I eat, my activity levels. And I'm very thankful for what God has done in that. And I want to bring hope to other people if they're struggling with chronic illnesses and diseases and things, that they know that there's hope in Jesus with it. You got to be careful, not to go to the extreme. You don't have to be perfect at any of it. But, living a healthy lifestyle, it blesses you in so many ways that some people, we take for granted. I'm just grateful that, I no longer have to use this. No more cane, no more walker. And I've learned a lot through this process. And I just want, everybody else to have freedom from all those things too. And I want them to know, that Jesus really does heal things.
All right, so my topic is, I'm going to talk about honey, okay? And first and foremost, I'm going to throw out a disclaimer, okay? So anything that, we teach, it's not a replacement for medical care, especially for serious infections, acute illness, and chronic conditions. I am not a medical provider, and I will not give medical advice. And this is just information purposes, and that you guys should do your own research on this. I'm stating that because I don't want to be responsible for something that I've said, okay? But the research that I've done is on honey. And honey is a very, very good alternative to sugar. How is honey made? Honey is made from bees, honeybees. There are very few different types of bees that make honey. And there are over 20,000 types of bees, but few of them make the honey. There are 3 different types in the colony of bees. The one is the queen bee, the workers, and the drones. How is honey made? So the worker bees are the ones that go out to find the source of the flower, and they get the nectar from the flower. The workers use their long tongues to collect the nectar and store it in their special stomachs, just specifically for honey. Then there's special enzymes in the stomach that breaks down the nectar and make it honey. They'll take back the honey, and they will regurgitate it into their what is it called? Beehive. And so they will regurgitate it in the honeycomb pattern, and then the honey will be covered with wax. And the bees also fan the honeycomb to get rid of the excess water. So honey is made up of 80% sugar. And then once the excess water is reduced, it's down to 18% for water content. That is why honey lasts such a long time. With real honey, when you have it and you don't use it, it'll turn into crystals. That is normal, because that is just, for example, this is real honey. You want to get raw honey that's unfiltered.
The crystals up top.
Yeah, we're gonna go past that. But
I can show you guys.
that basically is normal. That is legit honey. So when you're looking for honey, you make sure it's raw, unfiltered, single source honey. So the honey is made out of fructose, glucose, and other natural sugars. It has 18 free amino acids, contains vitamins, minerals, vitamin C, and it has iron, calcium, potassium, and magnesium. The pH level for honey is 3.2 to 4.5, so it's slightly acidic. There's natural enzymes that is in honey: glucose oxidase, invertase, dietase, and catalase. It only has 17 grams of carbohydrates, and 60 calories per tablespoon. Let's see. Honey around the world. It's used around the world, and China is the biggest producer for honey. I did not know that. Along with Turkey, Iran, US, and Ukraine, and India. It was at one point a trade commodity. It was historically used as a currency due to long-term stability. Honey is used around major world religion and cultural traditions. It is used in the culinary around the world. Honey is mentioned in the Bible over 50 times. The Hebrew word dibash is applied to the product of the bee, now the name of honey. That's in Judges 14:8, but also as a vegetable honey. Honey is symbolized as abundance, delight, richness of God's goodness, promise, and blessings. God provides provisions for our soul, Deuteronomy 32:13, and it satisfies our spiritual hunger. It also signifies joys and deep spiritual nourishment the Lord faithfully provides his people. Honey is also a symbol for wisdom, knowledge, and discernment. Psalms 19:10, 1 Kings 3:12, and Proverbs 24:13-14. The one famous one is Exodus 3, which is the promised land, is famously described as a land flowing with milk and honey. It is common food item in biblical times used for its sweetness and energy-giving properties. More common to use honey instead of sugar back in those times. In 1 Samuel 14:25-27, Jonathan, son of King Saul, ate honey in battle, helping him get nourished. Also, it's a gift from God, and it renewed Jonathan continuing fighting. Honey is metaphorically describes pleasantness and desirability of wisdom of God's words. Paul ate locusts and honey in the wild, relied on simple natural provisions of God. That's in Matthew 3:4. There are also, honey is found in hollow trees, crevices in rocks, and holes in ground. Vegetable honey is distilled from trees. It is plentiful in the east. Bee rock honey, juice droppings from the leaves and twigs of a tree called garab, and it's the size of an olive tree. I am not sure how to say this word. Shuf, cells of honeycomb full of honey. That's in Proverbs 16:24, Psalms 19:10. In the Old Testament, honey was rare enough to be considered a luxury, Genesis 43:11. But in the New Testament, wild honey was an article of food among the lowly, Matthew 3:4 and Mark 1:6. Now we're going to get into honey as used in medicine and around the world. In Egypt, honey was used as a wound salve. It's used in embalming the dead, and they drank with mixture of honey, wine, and milk. Ancient Greece, they used honey and unfermented grape juice known as oinoumel, and I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but it helps with gout, nerves, and anxiety. Mixed honey with vinegar to minimize pain. Honey is used with water to quench the thirst. Honey is used to treat fever with other substances. Hippocrates used honey to treat baldness, topical wounds, eye diseases, scarring, cough, and sore throat. Homer and Aristotle believed in honey's healing properties. Chinese. Honey is used in balanced nature. Strong belief of vitality of balance. Daily intake of honey helps maintain internal and external vitality. India. Honey is seen as beneficial for bad digestion, irritating cough, kept gums and teeth in good health. Treated insomnia, treated skin disorders, burns, and other wounds. It also improved eyesight. Islamic culture. They see honey as a healthy drink. Holy gift from the Lord inspired to the bee to create for the good of humankind, treated for some ailments. Now the Western world, science has discovered honey with antibacterial qualities. It can combat Salmonella, E. coli, and H. pylori. It has antibacterial and antimicrobial properties. It heals wounds such as burns, diabetic foot ulcers, pressure ulcers, and surgical wounds, and traumatic wounds. They also use in dressing, gels, and ointments. Honey also prevents infections and helps fight other illnesses. It helps with respiratory symptoms such as coughs, colds, and sore throats. It aids in digestion combined with herbs and honey, helps with constipation. It's also a prebiotic activity, gastric protection, and diarrhea management. It is also anti-inflammation, and it's against modern pathogens like MRSA and E. coli and Candida albicans. And that's all I have.
And I'm gonna show you guys what pure cane sugar looks like compared to the refined white sugar that you see. This is actually a good brand, Zolka. You can find it at Aldi's or Walmart, I believe. It's, excuse me, the only ingredient on it says cane sugar, 100%. So when you read the nutrition label, you'll see that it says it, and it's a brown color. Can you say something about molasses?
Yes.
Yeah, when the sugar is refined, it takes out the molasses coloring into the sugar. That's how you know this is the organic stuff. It's a darker color, and it tastes really good. I'm gonna actually pass around for everybody to try that sugar cane that you guys saw earlier. You don't swallow it, but you can chew on a piece of it and let me know how you guys like it. You just want to get the juice and the sweetness out of it. I'd like to try one.
What goes in, don't come out.
They're just kind of small pieces. So we can actually, they have a grocery store in Des Moines, Cash Savers, that you can purchase these for $3.65. You can get a whole sugar cane at Cash Savers in Des Moines on Euclid. They've got a variety of fresh fruits and vegetables. It's really nice. But you don't swallow it. And then, you guys want to try one? I want to try it. Why not? So sugar's okay in moderation. God made all things good, so He made this in the ground. So I believe that sugar cane in moderation is good. Okay, it has some nutrients. What do you guys think about it?
There's a little bit of juice.
Yeah, that's why I say you can use it for drinks or.
It's not bad.
It's pretty good.
It kind of reminds me of
It's different.
melon.
It's not
Tropical
bad.
melon. Tropical. Very much so.
I feel
I like it.
like,
Definitely fibers.
I mean, where is it grown at? Because I feel like tribal people use this a lot, don't they? Where's sugar cane grown, do we know?
India. I believe it's India.
Yeah, Arabia and places like that
It's
is
grown
where.
in-
Cash
Well,
Saver
that's
has
where
these
it's
things.
mostly traded that I know. What?
You said Cash Saver had these.
Yeah,
things.
Cash
The one by
Saver. I'm not sure where they get theirs from, where it's sourced. But yeah, it's only $3.65, so it's fairly cheap, and you get that full, the whole sugar cane. You gotta find the right one. You wanna find it where it's like a little bit green and stuff. You don't want it completely brown. Sometimes when you go to there, you'll see them and they're not so good. You wanna get one that's mostly green and looks right. And then you just peel it like you would peel a tree, like the bark off a tree, and you cut the pieces up. The whole inside's edible. So that's the part you chew on. But okay, do you guys want to add anything else?
I just wanted to mention, with this type of sugar, when you see the molasses in it, that's what has all the nutrients and stuff. When you see the white stuff, that means all the nutrients has been stripped out of it. Do you guys have any questions?
I had a question on the beans.
Discussion. You guys want to spit this out? I can pass.
So, the bees, I've heard, talk that they're dying off. Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, I've heard about it. Yeah, they're the bees. They're not endangered, but like I have heard that the bees are the numbers is going down. Yes. So it's important to have flowers, sources for the bees to be able to access nectar. So yes, I have.
And the other thing with that is if we don't have bees when you go to garden, then the vegetables, they don't get pollinated. so they don't grow. They get stunted and they don't produce right. So it's so important.
You guys have any more questions? Anybody, Amber?
I have a random one.
Okay.
Is a cinnamon, good for you, and is it on a tree like that?
Yes.
Yeah, it's on a bark.
Ceylon
Yep.
Yes, and
Ceylon
it's a bark.
cinnamon is the best one you wanna have.
Did you guys already go over cinnamon?
Nope,
No,
not yet.
so
No.
this is our second class
I
that we
didn't get
had.
much the first one.
Yeah, so last week we weren't able to do a class. Some people were sick, so
Oh,
we canceled that one, but this is our second class, so.
This is great.
We've done
I love that.
fasting and then we've done sugar so far, but each week we're gonna be talking about different things, like cinnamon one week, just different things, all kinds of stuff, health benefits, we're talking about foods of the Bible.
I do want to mention with the honey, like, there are local, places that, Iowa has honey. There's like Linville, you just have to look online to look for sources of honey, but there's,
Two places really close by.
okay,
There's literally up the street, Lavender Life Farm,
Lavender Life Farm,
and they have honey.
that has,
right
they have
there.
honey, okay.
And it's infused with lavender.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
And then there's
Ooh,
one.
I'm gonna check that out.
It's in Altoona, it's called Upstream Gardens.
Upstream Gardens,
Yep, that's not far from
And
here.
there's also one in Ankeny, but I can't remember the name of it, but.
West
Ankeny
40
as well.
Market.
West 40 Market, okay.
So I think we
And
should
it is,
go to
doesn't get
one.
local or really local close to
They
your
still
home.
Yes,
Hy-Vee.
local,
Where
yep.
you live, it's the
Yeah,
best.
pure honey, I know, Hy-Vee
And it
does.
will help with allergies and all kinds of.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, I did forget to mention, like, with the honey, that I did research, it also helps with like cardiovascular, so it helps with the heart health. It lowers cholesterol. It also, helps with like memory with the brain. It helps with, MS, anxiety, the gut. Like it has very good, for your gut too, so it helps align the gut with enzymes that's supposed to help with ulcers. It's a lot of benefits that honey has. That's just amazing.
I've been experimenting on making different desserts with honey without sugar. And so far, two that I found that are really good is, I made a chocolate cake with honey and black beans. And that was like the best cake. It stays so moist. And then I make a ice cream that has bananas, honey, and milk. And and vanilla. You can't even tell the difference that it's not like regular vanilla ice cream. It's really good. So I just want people to know there are ways to make treats without refined sugar if that's something you're into.
So did you find it a challenge, to get away from all that sugar stuff? Cause like everything has sugar in it.
There's a lot of recipes that you can find that is alternative. Honey is very versatile from what I'm gathering, with to be able to bake and to be able to use as an alternative. You can also use maple syrup, you can use dates. There's different things that monk fruit, different sources that you can use in place of refined sugar. So there are recipes, and I think that's over time, like she's found recipes, I found recipes that you can utilize and make into. I do want to mention with honey, I forgot to say this, that do not feed babies 1 year old or younger honey at all. And the reason for it is the honey has spores, and it can cause infant botulism. And so their GI, their gut, is not well developed at that time. So do not give honey to children that are 1 year or younger. That's very important. I cannot stress enough that, so.
I'm also gonna pass this around, did you print it
Yeah,
out?
I did print it.
Okay,
It's in the packet.
I'm gonna, okay, you guys got a packet, in front of you. These are hidden names for sugar. I just want everybody, to look and see all the different names of sugars that are in your nutrition label. It's very important when you go to the grocery store that you read your nutrition label, because there's a lot of hidden names for sugar when you're going to the supermarket. So we kind of made a list for you of things to be on the lookout, and next week we're also going to be talking about ultra processed foods, and so that's going to play along with the nutrition label and just different things too, so, and shelf life as well. So you guys are going to have fun next week too. We're going to do a lot of fun things. I'm going to do actually a chemistry lab type experiment too. I've already got planned for next week, so it's going to be kind of fun. But yeah, everyone.
So invite everybody online to come in for the class.
Huh?
I said invite everyone that's watching online to come in.
Yeah, this is gonna be posted on YouTube.
Yeah, this is on YouTube, so.
Oh, you hear me, Katie? I said invite all these people watching to come in for your lab.
Yeah, anybody online that wants to come in, we are here at Bethany Full Gospel, and it starts at 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Central Time. And you all are welcome to come join our class. The more the merrier. We're gonna have a fun class, and we're learning about our health and how important it is, and foods from the Bible, and what God wants for us. So everybody's welcome to join. We hope you do. If you guys have any more questions about sugar or anything in general that you want to ask us?
I was gonna mention something, you know, with these classes is more just like information, but also we want to give you, you know, knowledge and tools. And one thing is that you don't have to do this perfect at all. Like, you can do the best that you can with what you have, okay? So whatever you have, just utilize what you have. It's not gonna be perfect. It's not. I'm not perfect at it by any means, you know. So this is a learning for everyone. So I do want to stress that.
We do just want to get away from like ultra processed foods, like what we're going to talk about next week, and we want to get into more whole natural foods, and we just want everybody to be healthy and follow, like, I don't know, basically what God wants for us. I believe in the Bible. And do you have anything to say?
Well, I just know that when it comes to like chronic illness and stuff, God does not want us to be like sick every single day, right? And a lot of people don't know that what you put in your body really matters with that. But also, don't do it to a point where you lose focus, right? And you go the wrong way with it. It has to be balanced. Like, you're not gonna get sick just from eating one cookie, right? It's gonna be like, is it something you do constantly, you know? So, just in general, changing the way you eat really, truly helps, you know, a lot of the chronic diseases that Americans are faced with, right? But please do not go on the side of trying to be perfect with it, because none of us are.
I totally agree with that. So, anything else? Anybody else have any questions? We'll probably just end it early because I appreciate you guys for coming.